Ladies, listen to me carefully. If you're over 60, and especially if you're over 70, there's a silent danger creeping up on us. It's not arthritis or heart disease, it's losing your balance. Doctors are warning that 99% of older women experience balance issues because of avoidable daily habits, and I'm here to tell you the 6 mistakes you might be making right now. But don't worry, you can fix them. Stick with me to the end because number 6 is one mistake even I didn't know about until I ended up flat on my kitchen floor. Backhand index pointing left, like this video, subscribe, and in the comments tell me honestly, have you ever had a close call with falling? You're not alone. Let's jump in. 1. Wearing the wrong shoes. I cannot stress this enough, what you put on your feet matters more than you realize. You might think your shoes are just fine, especially if they've served you for years, but our bodies change with age. The arches in our feet flatten, the fat pads that cushion our steps wear down, and suddenly, the shoes that once felt perfect become little traps waiting to trip us up. I'll admit it, I used to wear those little ballet flats everywhere. I thought they were cute, feminine, and easy, but I didn't realize they were offering me no support at all. I'd find myself wobbling on uneven pavement or catching my toe on a rug corner. One time I almost went face first into a rose bush. That was my wake-up call. Here's what I learned: the best shoes for us, especially as we get older, are the ones with solid soles, good grip underneath, and some structure around the ankle. That doesn't mean they have to look ugly or orthopedic. There are so many stylish options now that also support your feet properly. I found a pair with memory foam and a supportive heel cup, and they've completely changed how I walk. I feel grounded, secure, and confident again. I know the temptation to wear slippers around the house all day, but if they don't have non-slip soles and proper support, you're actually increasing your fall risk. At this age, a fall isn't just a bruise, it can be a life-changing event. A broken hip can lead to a loss of independence faster than almost anything else. Think of your shoes as your foundation. If they're weak, everything above them is at risk. But with the right pair, you'll feel steadier, stand taller, and walk into every room with a bit more grace and confidence. 2. Skipping strength training. I used to think that lifting weights was for young people, or at the very least, for gym goers in tight workout gear. I figured, I walk around the house, I do a bit of gardening, I'm active enough. But what I didn't know is that after the age of 50, we lose muscle mass every single year. It's a quiet process, and you don't really notice it until one day you try to get up from a low chair and need to push off with both hands. That's not just aging, it's muscle loss, and it's reversible, which is the best news. When I started doing just a little bit of strength training, it was like night and day. I didn't go to a gym, I didn't buy big dumbbells. I simply began using small hand weights while watching TV or doing bodyweight exercises like squats and wall push-ups. Even a resistance band can work wonders. The goal isn't to look like a bodybuilder, it's to keep your legs strong enough to support you, your arms strong enough to catch yourself if you slip, and your core firm enough to help you keep balance in motion. The reason so many older women lose their balance isn't because they're clumsy, it's because their muscles simply aren't strong enough to correct themselves mid-step. You know that moment when you trip and you try to catch yourself? If your legs and hips aren't strong, you go down. It's as simple and scary as that. It doesn't take hours, just 10 or 15 minutes 3 times a week can rebuild muscle and improve your confidence. I used to be afraid to walk on uneven ground. Now I take my dog around the block with my shoulders back and my head high. Strength isn't just physical, it's emotional. It makes you feel capable, and that feeling changes everything. 3. Ignoring vision changes. This one surprised me. You don't always connect vision to balance, but oh how they're linked. As we age, our eyes go through subtle shifts. It's not just about needing glasses to read the newspaper. Your depth perception, your peripheral vision, your ability to judge contrast and see clearly in low light, all of these start to fade. And the worst part? It happens so gradually that you don't even notice it until it causes a problem. I remember one night I got up to use the bathroom. I didn't want to turn on the lights because I didn't want to wake up my husband, so I tiptoed in the dark. But my vision couldn't adjust quickly, and I missed the edge of a rug. I went down hard on my knee, and let me tell you, I was icing that thing for a week. After that, I went straight to my optometrist. Turns out my prescription had changed, but I hadn't updated my glasses in almost 4 years. I got new lenses, this time with an anti-glare coating for night driving and a soft tint that helps with contrast indoors. The difference was incredible. Suddenly I was seeing steps, curbs, and shadows so much more clearly. If your glasses are scratched, outdated, or just not suited to your current needs, they're a hazard. If your home is dimly lit, your eyes are working overtime, and that can cause disorientation, dizziness, even vertigo. Vision affects everything. It's your brain's way of understanding where your body is in space. So take it seriously. Book that eye exam, clean your lenses, install a few extra lights in your home. Your eyes will thank you, and so will your balance. 4. Not paying attention to medication side effects. Now this one hit closer to home than I care to admit. I was on a new medication for my blood pressure, something my doctor said would help with dizziness I'd been having. Funny thing is, I started feeling more dizzy after I started taking it. I'd get up from the couch and the room would tilt just slightly, like I'd had a glass of wine too many. I brushed it off at first, told myself I was just tired or dehydrated, but deep down I knew something was off. One evening I stood up too fast and stumbled into the coffee table. Didn't fall, thank goodness, but it scared me. That's when I finally flipped the box over and read the fine print: may cause dizziness or loss of balance. You see, we trust our doctors, and we should, but that doesn't mean we can just take pills blindly and not listen to our bodies. As we age, our systems metabolize medications differently. A dose that was perfectly fine at 50 might be too strong at 70. And when you're on multiple prescriptions, which many of us are, those side effects can sneak up on you, interact with each other, and make everyday movement risky. I went back to my doctor and explained everything. He adjusted the dose, and just like that, the dizziness faded. No more wobbly mornings, no more mystery stumbles. So here's my advice: pay close attention to how your medications make you feel. If something seems off, lightheadedness, imbalance, sluggishness, write it down and talk to your doctor. Bring a list of every pill you take, even the over-the-counter ones. You are your own best advocate. And don't let anyone make you feel like you're just being sensitive. These little pills can have big effects on our balance, and sometimes just adjusting a dosage or switching brands can make all the difference in staying steady and safe. 5. Holding on to furniture instead of using a cane or walker. I used to be proud of how I could get around just fine without a cane or a walker. I'd hold on to counters, chairs, even door frames, when I felt a little off balance. I called it wall walking. I told myself I was just being independent. But the truth is, I was scared of what using a cane might look like. Like I was giving in. Like I was weak. There's something about that first step, literally and emotionally, that feels like a big shift. But I've come to see it differently now. One day I was walking from the kitchen to the living room, hands full of laundry, no free hand to steady myself. I tripped on absolutely nothing, just a moment of imbalance, and nearly fell into the side table. That was the day I finally faced the facts. Grabbing furniture isn't a long-term solution. It's not safe, it's not reliable, and it won't always be there when you need it. So I got a beautiful cane, lightweight, with a comfortable grip and a floral print that made it feel like me. And you know what? The world didn't end. I wasn't embarrassed. In fact, I felt more secure, more relaxed. I started walking taller, not constantly leaning or reaching. It didn't take away my independence, it gave it back to me. Using a cane or walker isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. It means you're choosing safety, strength, and control. And believe me, people respect that far more than seeing you stumble or struggle. So if you're grabbing onto furniture more than you'd like to admit, it might be time to stop resisting and start supporting yourself with something designed to do just that. 6. Avoiding balance exercises. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a balance exercise until I went to a local seniors wellness class. I thought it would just be stretching and maybe some gentle yoga. But the instructor, an older woman herself, taught us these simple little movements: standing on one foot, shifting weight from side to side, walking heel to toe in a straight line. And let me tell you, it was harder than it looked. I realized that I had been doing almost nothing to actively maintain my balance. It's one of those skills you think will always be there, like breathing. But it's not. If you don't use it, you lose it. After just a few weeks of doing these exercises, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, I could feel the difference. My ankles were stronger, my posture improved, I stopped feeling like I needed to brace myself every time I got out of a chair or stepped off a curb. I even started dancing again in the kitchen, which I hadn't done in years. Here's the beautiful part: balance can be trained. Even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond, the body is still capable of learning. You don't need fancy equipment, just some space, some time, and a little consistency. So don't wait until you've had a fall to take your balance seriously. Make it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. And if you're not sure where to start, there are so many free resources out there: YouTube videos, senior fitness classes, even local community centers. You're never too old to improve your stability. And the peace of mind that comes with that? It's priceless. We don't always talk about balance until it's too late, but I want you to stay steady, strong, and independent, because we've still got so much life left to live. If you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, backhand index pointing left, which of these mistakes surprised you the most. And if you want more practical advice, stories, and tips for living smarter as you age, sign up for my healthy lifestyle newsletter. I send it straight to your inbox, and it's filled with encouragement and wisdom just like this. Take care of yourself, sweetheart. Your future self will thank you.